Today we're starting a new unit. This is Unit 6, all about ratios and rates. So make sure you have your notes so you can follow along with me on this. So a blank is a comparison of two quantities. This would be the word ratio. So a ratio is a comparison of two quantities. Ratios can be part to part, part to whole, or whole to part. So what this means is if you have 2 red crayons to 6 blue crayons, you're doing a part-to-part ratio. You're comparing red crayons to blue crayons. So that would be part-to-part. The first part being red, the second part being blue. 3 blue marbles out of 8 marbles would be part-to-whole. So you're talking about a certain color of marbles out of all of the total marbles that you have. So when you're talking about a total, that means whole. So that's a part-to-whole ratio. Ratios can be written in many ways, but the most common is using the word to, a colon with the 2 dots, or a fraction bar. When you're writing a ratio, you need to look at what they're talking about first. So for example, this one says write the ratio of frogs to goldfish. So since it says frogs first, that number has to be written first. So for this one, you just count how many there are. So there's 4 frogs. So you would write 4, and there's 3 goldfish. So 4 to 3. So that would be your ratio. Very, very simple. It's literally just counting. And then you can write the word to, or you can write a colon, or you can write it as a fraction. If you write it as a fraction, it's okay if it's improper, and you just leave it improper. Can't make it a mixed number because you're comparing 2 things. So you want to keep it improper. So those are the 3 different ways to write this. If this had said goldfish to frogs, then I would have put the number of goldfish first. So it would have been 3 to 4. So the order matters for this. So for the next part, now this is might get a little bit confusing. These are brand new. So these are called tape diagrams. So tape diagrams are used to solve ratio problems. So I'm going to do one out for you. You guys can copy and kind of follow along with me here. What you do is you draw a tape diagram for each part of the ratio, which I will show you how to do. Count how many total pieces there are and divide the total amount needed by this number, and then use the diagram to figure out the new totals. Sounds kind of confusing, but I'll go through it with you. So I'm going to pause this and get it set up so that you can do it as well. Okay, so back to this one. So you want to draw what I did. Of course, your drawing will be better because mine's kind of horrendous because I can't draw with this pencil thing, but it says a pet store has 3 cats for every 5 dogs. There are 40 animals. How many are cats? So what you do is, it says there are 3 cats, so you draw 3 squares, and then I label it C for cats. So go ahead and do that. Then it says there are 5 dogs. So I drew 5 boxes and labeled it D for dogs. The next step is to count how many boxes you have total. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means there's 8 boxes altogether. Then it gives you a total of animals. There's 40 of them. So you take that total amount, which is 40, and you divide it by how many boxes there are. So there are 8 boxes. 40 divided by 8 is 5. So the next step would be to draw a 5 in every single box. So 5 in each one. So then when you do out the math, it adds up to a total of 40 animals. So just to recap, I took the 40 animals that they gave us and divided it by how many boxes I drew. I drew 3 boxes for cats because that's what it says, and I drew 5 boxes for dogs because that's what it said. So I had a total of 8 boxes. 40 divided by 8 is 5. So the question says how many cats are there? So now you just count 5, 10, 15. So the answer would be 15 cats. So that is how you solve a ratio problem using a tape diagram. You will be asked to do this on a test or on the MCAS, so that's why I am showing you this way. So I'm going to have you pause, try the next video.